Yay. I think we're streaming. Excellent. Let's see. So what we need to do is find. Okay, so we've unlocked some things in our playing in the overworld where like those bridges that now appear when we're close enough to them, stuff like that. Like, feel free to just wander the map, find some secrets.
And see what you can find.
Yeah.
Right.
Secrets.
Just see if there's anything new, and if you see, and if Tina tells you that there's a piece nearby, at any point, we'll do it. All right. Beginning.
Stupid skeletons.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything near the beginning.
Well, I did a thing.
Will you fall off something?
No, I opened up a fucking energy gate thing and rolled a dice, or am rolling a dice.
Oh, nice. Yay, money. $400. Oh, I see that thing. Yeah, we unlocked that when we opened up one of the shrines. So those gates are similarly operable. Huh?
Well, if you fall in the orange soda, you die.
Yes. The orange soda's lava.
Did not anticipate even being able to fall off that bridge.
This one. It's not this.
Her coruscating majesty, Queen
No,
Butz,
not this.
has long protected the Wonderlands with the soul magic she imbues into the land itself. But such a
Oh yeah, our
presence
flag is outside stuff we've done. That's cool.
as proven by the terrible events at Dragon Keep. And so the Queen founded a new walled city from which to oversee her realm. Brighthoof,
Nice.
the seat of the Adamant throne.
Ooh, what's this? Can I go through? No. Alright, I got like a gargoyle barrier with red magic blocking my way somewhere. Not sure what it is.
Is there like a switch around? Because there was a red magic barrier thing that I opened up.
No, I don't see a switch.
Hey, nice, you found a thingy.
Found a bridge that led to a dice.
Okay. Oh. Am I going out of bounds? Oh, you can't jump. Alright, I die. Doing some real careful looking around here. Oh, hey, that path opened up. Oh, what's this?
Oh, hey, what's that?
The
Scroll.
Wonderlands has a complex history with, well, history. Our world clearly exists in cycles, with events repeating every few hundred years. Never exactly the same, but never all that different either.
Dead.
One foul force, however, has remained consistent through the ages. The Dragon Lord. It is believed that his dark shadow may even stretch back to the first cycle itself.
Oh, that wasn't the
With
scroll.
honey.
Okay, I see a shrine that we haven't activated, I think.
Dave, back off my sauce.
Eh?
I'm just bugging you.
Hey, the old crow's Jedi coming.
I don't know, I'm not finding anything. I think we did all the things.
Oh, definitely not. I see stuff all around. There's a lot to this map. So, Throtus Punches, we're still missing one.
Oh yeah, maybe in the ocean area again.
There's all kinds of areas, yeah. Trying to find my way around here. There it was. I think I saw a shrine we hadn't done. Or a dungeon we hadn't done. This one. But it didn't say that there's a piece in here.
Hmm.
We'll just do it anyway.
Alright.
Let's see what it is. Let's just defeat it.
Murderins.
Yeah.
I'm so sparkly
Why
now.
not?
Yeah, I'm super jealous of your characters.
Nothing
Yay! Oh yeah. Oh, I need to turn this up.
Oh yeah, I got a new gun. Let's see how that works.
There we go. Oh, they didn't. They never stood a chance.
Is this guy?
Bag. Got that going for you.
Ooh, where'd you get me? Whee! Where are they?
Thank you.
Not just pirates. Oh, up here. Boom. Counter clear. Hell yeah.
So,
Let's get all that treasure.
Treasure.
Anything good fall? No. Alright, maybe a chest. Maybe there's that chest at the end.
Sure is.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Roll the die.
Cabbage.
Oh. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay. Complete the... Let's go through the portal? Yeah?
Yep.
Cool. I don't know if there's another part to this. See. Yeah. Part 2. Crabs this time. We got crabs.
Crab.
Let's go for a spin. Come back here. Don't run away. Thank you. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, above us? Oh, shit. Oh, and it's dead. I could get used to this. The gun. Is it my gun doing that? Oh, that's right. Okay, cool.
Badass boner crab.
I'm coming.
Problem solved.
Counter's still going. Okay. Where are they? Oh, here they come. Encounter cleared. Wah.
Well, maybe that's alright.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, some blue on the ground here. All right. Ooh, cosmetic. What do I get? Okay.
Did you found your cosmetic?
Yeah, it was a drop from an enemy, I guess. I don't know. I just took a. Yeah, I found it by just like doing just a run around of the field. I got a bunch of green items here I don't care about.
Oh,
Oh,
I saw something in there.
I got a level. Hold on.
Nope. All right.
Ooh, finally maxed out my decks. 30 decks. I'll buy them.
Oh yeah.
And then... Okay, cool. Shall we go through the portal? Yeah?
Yar.
Let's see if there's a part 3. Could be like an obelisk thing. Some of them have that in the part 3. Oh. Might be, might be. Or just a regular one. Ooh. Like that. Oh, no, you don't. There we go. Oh! Murder, murder, murder. Oh, badass.
Fuck. Shit.
Oh, what the fuck? Did it just disappear? Where'd it go? Fuck.
I'm so confused.
I don't think we killed it. Maybe we did.
He's right there.
Oh, okay. Ow! I'm coming. Oh, it's already dead.
Got him.
Good job. Come on. Where are they? There they are. You dead? You dead? You dead? Okay. So many hits. Oh, there's auto turrets on the second level. Oh, what the fuck? Oh. And then we got it. That was good. Take your reward. What's our reward? Yeah, it's garbage. Okay.
Trash.
Sorry, this wasn't worth it.
Trash. That's alright. I like fighting things.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Alright, let's get out of here. How far are you from leveling to 37, Dave?
I'm super close.
Okay, good. Okay, we got a banner outside at this time. Yay.
Oh, tea is the best.
Alright, I'm going to go to where the thing is telling us to go for pickup scroll. Oh, some dungeons over here.
The scroll is full of salacious tidbits and nutty goings on within the undead celebrity world, but one note catches the eye. It says a legendary bow has been found in the Dapper Grotto.
Interesting.
Okay, I got a more badass thing here for us to do. Should we do it?
Sure.
Is one of them dungeons with a big evil door with the glowing eyes.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I think this will be more worth it, I hope. I mean, I like just killing things with my friends. You're right. And it. Oh, it's this bow. That's right. This bow that is basically a grenade launcher. Or pistol. That's a grenade launcher.
Oh yeah, how do we even get the soul things?
The what? Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I think the first time it was like introductory. Like it gave us 50 to put into the machine. But yeah, I haven't seen how we gain them, and I don't know what the other symbol is and how we're gaining those. It says I have like 150 of the whatever the weird blue one is.
Weird.
Nope, nothing there. Where are the enemies? Oh,
Ow, what the fuck? Help.
Oh,
Okay.
Help.
die. You're not dead. There we go. Why can't you all just stand close together for a minute? Alright.
I know, right?
Dying ain't my style.
Ooh, got him. Nice. What's up? Up, up, up. Oh, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. Overkill on this guy. Encounter cleared. Et voila.
Excellent.
Anything around to pick up? A little bit of green. A little bit of other green.
Crapola.
Yeah. I can take a look at the chest and... Yeah. Oh, a blue? What do we got? Okay. When you're done looking around, Al, let me know and I'll hit the button.
Anytime.
Go. And here we go. Part 2.
Oh, crabs.
So apparently in order to get souls, we have to explore some region called the Mirror of Mysteries.
Okay, yeah, we're definitely not there yet then.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, there's still like, we have an inventory slot that's still locked. So I don't know if... It feels like we're close to the end of the narrative, but I feel like maybe there's more to the game after that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I heard it was lousy for endgame content, but then there's also the Chaos Chambers, which is, I believe, basically more of this, but at like really higher difficulty levels with better loot drops or something. I don't know. Come on, kill, kill, kill. Get you out of there. There we go. Can't hide if I hit you.
Still got to run the other way. Good for what ails you.
Yes. Bullets. Or as they're known in, what was it, Furiosa, anti-seed. You plant one and watch something die.
Zardoz.
Of what?
Gut reminds me of Zardoz. The gut is good, the penis is bad. The penis shoots light, the gut shoots death. God, that was a weird movie.
Yep.
Every time I tried to watch it, for the longest time, I'd get way too stoned and end up falling asleep partway through it. It took years for me to actually see the entire movie all the way through.
Its pacing is so slow.
It is, yeah, it is so slow.
Class, ammo's gone.
I think I probably still have it on DVD somewhere, actually, now that I think about it.
So funny.
Right, DVDs. What an antiquated technology.
Yes. Well, it's the only way that you can ensure. Yeah.
I was watching the ending explained for a lot of those VHS movies that have been coming out, to whom which its premise is, we are student films, and isn't it funny and weird that people used to put things on these old bricks? Can you imagine if you found something weird on an old brick.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's really not something creative. They all look like student films. It's all really bad, but it's funny because there's like I think we're up to the 4th or 5th review now, so there's that many of the movies.
Right.
Mm.
I still thought it was like back, well, 8 years ago, I thought it would have been a good idea for viral marketing to like put your like video or your message or your music video or whatever the fuck it is and distribute it by VHS as unmarked, unlabeled cassettes, but put them out and like leave them in strange places like bus stops and coffee shops and shit, and see if people like go
like,
through the trouble.
Premise of it is that they're doing that, except for that the videotapes, once you watch them, they spread some sort of evil that kills you.
Oh, like The Rig.
And yeah,
It's The Rig did that. Yeah.
their premise.
It's the exact premise. You pass on the curse. You don't get killed by the girl if you pass the message on. So the girl just wanted to be viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't anybody put her on YouTube? Problem solved.
Now, any YouTube creator knows that that's bullshit. You know that just putting yourself on YouTube does not mean you go viral.
No.
Are we getting out of this hole? This
yeah.
big purple hole?
Let's go to the next one.
All right.
All right.
Next purple hole. Oh,
Just like my
there's the
favorite.
obelisk. Quartermaster. I'm gonna quarter him. Boom. What we got? Looking at my mini map, waiting for the red dots die. There we go.
Badass. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
There's traps too. Careful. Oh yeah. This one?
Either one.
Oh, I see. There's a couple. Singularity, bitch. Okay, there is a true boss in the mix here. Right there. Captain Swallow. Oh, I'm dying.
We did it.
Help. Thank you.
Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Oh, damn it. I keep
Thanks.
picking up loot by accident. There we go.
And thank you.
The
Whee!
worst place to sit when
Buddy.
you try to get healed.
You know,
Every time I hit the button, it was just like loot.
No,
I'm
that's
like,
so your fault. Hank.
sorry, I'll move
I don't want loot.
I'll move my corpse next time to somewhere more
Yeah,
convenient.
force off the loot, please.
No, but that is a good point. Oh, yes. We are okay. Which one's
Oh, I
this? Grindana? Grindana? Okay. Oh, they have symbols. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one we needed. We don't have all of the pieces yet, but that's for the experience shrine. Nice. That's a good one to have. 10% experience boost.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Decent.
That's usually like something you want to get early on. Are we ready to move on?
Car.
Move back to the... Yeah, we still had a side quest we were technically completing. I just opened this door because it was beside where I found the scroll. All right, so now we need to find the cave.
This is pop-
Sorry?
Sorry, it popped me out like almost on the cliff falling into the orange fizzy water. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're missing only one more piece of the.
The reel contains a shrine piece.
Okay, we got to do it. We got to do it. This is the last one. This is right beside the shrine.
Dana, the patron god of experience.
Oh, but there's a die to roll first. Gotta roll the die. Oh no. Okay.
Beasley. Hey.
Sweet. This will be for. This will do it. We complete this encounter.
Hi, cutie pie. I'm sorry your brother's loud.
Not the singularity one? Which one's the singularity gun? Oh. Oh, that's the singularity gun. Okay. Who's shooting the blades?
Oh, that's me.
That's awesome. I like that one. No. Most of these guys are just 1 and 1. Yeah, 1 and 1.
Yeah, it really seems like it.
I shoot him once with the shotgun, and I hit him once with my hand.
Oh, I'm down. What the fuck?
I'm coming.
No, I'm up.
Oh, okay. Behind you.
Huh?
I said behind you.
Oh, I see.
Oh, up top. I see you. Ha!
Ow!
Ooh, did it.
Just what I needed.
Okay. I saw some... Maybe I saw a decent treasure drop? I don't know. Let's see. No. No, just ammo. Okay.
Okay,
Next.
I do believe so.
Okay. Part 2.
Pot, too. Yeah, I like pot. You are a very silly dog, Beastly. Hey, Bee, come on, man.
Thanks for standing together. Whee!
Beastly, come on, man. Beastly. Sorry.
What is going on, doggo?
Yeah, he's just yelling at something outside of the room. He doesn't know what. And now he's making his sister yell. Beastly, go and lay down. If I wasn't being killed by stuff.
You die. Now. One more.
Oh.
I don't know what he was yelling at. He's just yelling.
C for effort. C.
Yeah, we do. Who's left? Oh, badass.
Right, guys.
Hello.
Here's striking.
Yay.
Right.
That is your shrine piece, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Oh, sweet. So if I look... Oh, maybe we have to get back to the map still. It hasn't activated yet. Are we done?
Yeah. It's okay.
Shrine Donna would surely grant you knowledge.
Completed. Okay, so we still had to use it in order for it to be activated. But it's activated now.
That is enough. That is enough.
Cool.
Hey,
All right, I'm gonna go ahead to the cave it wants us to go to for the.
Oh, I think I found a scroll. I can get up this fucking bridge. There we go.
When the Queen's Navy was first
Scroll.
formed, they quickly moved to cleanse the seven seas of piracy. This was a resounding success, until the privateers declared that there were actually 8 seas. The Navy rushed to secure the new
Ooh,
sea,
I think I just
only to
got
find the
a
pirates were now
die.
insistent that there were
I did.
12 seas, all told. And so the game of Worg and Hare has continued for centuries, with some claims as to the current number of seas stretching into the lower 4 figures, depending on the pirate you ask and how much soda they've had that day.
Soda.
Soda.
You can't be drinking alcohol. Oh, sorry. I mean, you let me know when you're ready, and I'll enter the cave. Somebody canceled
oh, I'm talking to.
it. Whoever canceled it.
I'm not in any. I'm good.
Huh? Should I go?
This shrine is dedicated to Erendil, patron god of
Ah,
Lucy.
whoever found that shrine.
That's me.
Okay, around there we'll find some pieces.
Find me that bow and get rid of anyone in your way.
Of course. Look no further. What we got?
I'm
Undead?
up in the desert area now. That's where I found it.
Okay. Come on, zombie.
I blame you for trying.
Oh. Aha. Say hello to my singularity. Cyclops. Tell me here, bud. Oh, you think so? Okay, let's do that. Let's do that then. Let's see how that works out for you. Raging what? Raging bowler Cyclops? Ah! Whoa! He's firing rockets. Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Oh, I'm dying. Oh no.
Ah, jeez, what the fuck?
Trying to.
Ah, fuck.
Ah, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah, kamikaze.
Ah,
Thank you.
dying.
Thank you. Coming to you. Oh, your guy's getting you. I help.
Oh, he's jumping over here.
Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Got it.
Yep.
Oh god, where's his eyeball?
Oh, we still have the eyeball. Shit.
Not compost for the heat.
Wait. What? Oh, there's still. Okay, we're still going. We're still going. Okay. Oh boy. Oh. Oh boy.
To get my hands on that bow.
Get it.
Keep searching.
See anything good.
Trash. Nothing
Ooh.
but trash.
Spore Warden Stabomancer armor. That's
And
Al.
I just picked up a I call it I rocket launcher.
Yeah, I got one from the chest.
Ooh.
Here.
See a rocket launcher?
Sure. Here's the armor that is your build.
Ooh.
What do I got? 3. Here we go. I'm okay on the rocket launcher.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Thank you. Hey,
Yeah? We go,
Yep.
we go to the next one. Okay. Part 2. Gotta find this lady's bow. I bet she'll give it to us, or something will happen where we'll get to keep it.
That bow's gotta be in there. Get rid of the rabble.
Okay. Oh yeah. I thought I was holding a pistol and I point blanked my rocket launcher at him. Oh. Whew. Ahoy.
Focus on that one.
Whoops.
Necromancer's dead. I love firing anchors. It is so satisfying.
I bet.
Where are they?
Badass.
Badass, yeah.
Badass.
Oh, this is so hard to aim.
Where's all that now? Ammunition?
Wait. Okay. What do we get? A bow?
Bow tie.
It's a legendary bow tie. Yeah. Okay. Alright.
Bow ties are cool.
Any treasure to pick up? No? Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Sure.
Yep.
Let's go. I just gotta return it to the lady. I'm probably closest. Yeah, I'm closest. We'll just do that.
It's perfect.
Yay.
This is the legendary style I needed to elevate my personal brand. Thank you, hero. Sorry, no autographs.
Wow. 40,000 bucks for that. I'll take it.
Neato.
You know, indeed. And that was the one that was raid out. That was one of the first quests we got when we got to the Ocean Drained. I'm glad we got that one. Let's see. Sort by area. That's the next one. Pocket Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Wherever the fuck that is on the map. I'm thinking it's probably in the tropic area.
Necropolis. It must be near the boss place or something.
What? Necropolis?
I'm up in this desert region, and there's a necropolis.
Okay. Well, shouldn't be at the necropolis, though.
Want to have your eyes open when I'm doing my sand thing.
I think I'm near it.
No, behind you.
Ah, damn it. Damn it. I tried to punch it. It got me.
Yeah, I was just coming up to it and saw that. Alright, well, let's kick their ass. Teach them a lesson.
Punch him. How dare you? Master.
More like a Desi Master.
Uh-huh.
We decimated him.
Sure did.
Used to swimming with empowered women? Is that what he said?
What?
I think he means mermaids.
I guess so.
Come help me or you'll walk the plank.
No, but you're gonna die. I'm not gonna walk no plank. Oh, Dave, could you use a hand?
Quartermaster.
Woo!
Ah,
Right.
I leveled up.
Please.
Oh, cool. It was actually better loot for completing a random encounter.
Yeah.
Oh, you leveled up? Nice.
Yeah, I've got well up. I just gotta do it real quick.
Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing. This is the place.
Hey guys, do you mind? Hey, Easley, for fuck's sakes, buddy.
Down, up, and up. Is he getting all riled up?
It's because there's no sound in the room. Because I'm wearing my headphones, so there's no interim noise for him, so he hears people out in the hall and goes, oh my god, people.
Right, right.
Like, calm your fucking tits, bud. Okay.
Your eyes are so dark. Really like your outfit, Dave. Like the inner shirt bit collar area. You have so many collars. You have the outer pop collar, then you got an inner collar.
Yeah, all the colors.
Over
All the colors of the rainbow. Sorry, I had to get there first.
Sure. Okay. Were we in the right place? I think you have to go further up. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to. Oh, I see. Up that way. Okay.
Whoops. Whee! How do we get up there, though? Oh, I see. Maybe this way? Oh.
Sweat sands.
Nice. Yeah, we were in this desert area. Dave, this is not the necropolis. This is where all the Yanti women were.
You there?
No.
Oh, got a quest here.
Help me.
Oh, shit. No. Ah! I got attacked while I was talking to the guy and I couldn't exit out of his thing. I'm sorry. Oh, wow.
Oh, this is different.
This is pretty.
Ready. Snake people. Let's fight some snake people. No, just assassins.
Oh, that's sure fun.
I never get tired of that.
Come on. What am I missing? Oh, I see. Fuck this bow. Destroy the shotgun.
Your opinion.
Up my sleeve. How's my dialect? Consistent? Be honest.
Come on. Okay. I like some of the lines. One of them started singing My Way. Another was a cultist being like, I used to be agnostic until I found a higher... And it's like, oh, okay, bud. Okay. Cool. Oh, yeah, some treasure. Nice. Nice. Oh.
I think that's it, eh?
Probably. This is just a rando.
Yep.
Well. Wee. Okay. Oh, is there another one right there?
What was I doing?
There was a quest right there to pick up. Yeah, you got it?
Quest.
Sweet. Oh, and there's a... It's like a shrine piece, too. We have to be able to get past this popcorn. Which is probably... Whatever the fuck this guy is saying.
He says he's lost his eye. He last saw it nearby.
Search for the eye. Okay, there's a dungeon for it to be at. This dungeon over here was the other side quest we were doing. Oh, sure. Let's do this guy first.
Coming from that dungeon?
Oh, the fuck?
Oh, when did that happen?
I was standing.
Yeah, so he says he took off his eye while he was using the porta potty in the village.
Snake Bebo!
Okay. Okay, this was part of the side quest. I was like so confused because I was in front of a location and then this Yanti woman came out and then hit me like it was a random encounter, but I don't think it was. Okay, okay. Oh yeah.
Oh, there's this poison. Dirty fucking snakes.
Caster.
That one in particular.
Let's go. Come on. There we go. Another mage. I don't think so. Oh. That was one of you guys. Nice. Good job. Ah, it's over here. Wait, was it a random encounter then?
Must have been.
There was no eyeball, right?
No, doesn't seem like it.
Okay. Well, that was some decent loot.
Coming.
Let's say the loot.
Purple. Big purple. That's it.
Boom. See where this takes us. Yeah. So that wasn't this. Oh. Oh, okay. That still was part of the quest.
Oh, he says he can see better, which means you're close to the eye. He says he can see an oasis and some sort of shrine.
Okay.
Oh, Astis, maybe?
I
I
see
can't
it.
tell. I think this one might lead us up to a die and some other stuff, but I don't know. I should go in it. What do you guys think?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm pushing the button.
Oh, I found where his eye is.
Well,
What's this other thing? Oh, to a button? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. That was preemptive. Come on. Get back over this way.
Beyond counting.
Okay. Oh, here they come. Yeah, that's much better. Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm down. What the fuck?
You spy a shrine peak.
I am dying up here.
For you.
Where? Oh, you're up.
Help.
Gotcha.
Yay.
Ooh.
I don't know what happened. I think the barrel must have got set off, or maybe I accidentally got hit by a fart cloud. I don't know.
Get rowdy.
Cool. Sorry, I just leveled up. Just throwing my points in. Boom.
Okay.
Done.
Sure.
Yeah, done. Where's the exit? Go. Cool. So we got a shrine piece, and then I'm about to put us into. Oh. Oh, I see. We all got spat out up here.
You see before you an upturned tray. What's it doing like that? Could be useful if you whack it over.
3 more frying pieces.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to
The shrine.
the dungeon. Ew.
Oh, I leveled.
Oh, okay. Do that real quick then. I'm outside the Cyclops layer. Oh,
Okay, I'll do.
apparently we unlocked all Botacap shortcuts.
No.
There we go. Oh, somebody canceled travel. We're gonna try again. There we go. Oh, we got fight Cyclops. Of course.
Badass Cyclops.
Oh. Oh boy.
Oh, you're down. Oh shit. What? Oh, they're above us. Oh shit. That's what's happening. Fuck.
Badass Cyclops.
Yeah, the eye of the Cyclops. Damn it. Come on. I'm gonna die. 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to get my death save. Thank you.
Ah.
Oh, I'm gonna hit him lots. There we go. We got this guy. Zombie Archer. What are you doing here, Zombie Archer? You don't belong. Oh, you think so? Oh, damn it.
Ow.
Got that going for you.
More. Come on. What I need you to do is die. Thank you. Ooh, lots of pretties. Hell yeah.
Good job, folks.
Hatchet of Downfalls.
Yeah.
Did I get all the loot? Yeah.
There is. Oh, over there, I see.
Yeah. Sorry? Oh, good. Good to go? All right.
Oh, I was done.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a second part to this or not. We haven't found his eyeball yet. Yep. Ooh,
Just stay here. No.
this is different.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Come on, just need to hit you once. There we go. Ooh. That eyeball.
Herbal.
Oh. Oh, there's something over there. Undead Oathbreaker.
Ow.
Yeah, come after me, bud. Yeah. Where is it? There you are. You cannot hide. Oh, I guess over on this side.
Badass looking clouds. Where is it?
Crap. More enemies over here.
Hmm.
Fuck, I can't even get up there. Fuck.
Aha, I see you.
You found him? So yeah, something's glitched. Or hiding from us. I don't even see what you're hitting. Oh, I see.
Got it.
He's happy. Hey, there's his eyeball.
Herbal.
You gotta bring it back to him.
Yeah, we will. We good? Boom. And boom. There you go, bud.
It is so good to finally see again. Done so well, hero. Please.
Nice
take my
abs.
secret
My goodness.
room for a reward.
Is your secret room behind this popcorn? It is. Which is a shrine piece to some shrine. Let's see. Which one is this?
Sweet.
Said something about finding shrine pieces. You'll find Crazy Earl? Wait, I need to rebuild the shrine. Oh, Shrine of the Crazed Earl. Ah, I see.
You spy a poetry page.
Oh, I see, I see, I see.
Oh, hey.
Oh, there it is.
Why the fuck won't it let me interact
Asked
with this
all the
thing?
time, is it true what they say about poets? And I
How
must
was the world
confess,
first
There we go.
formed? How did it come to be divided into continents and painted with diverse biomes? What complex tectonic mechanics are occurring even now beneath our feet? These were the questions asked by Nullifer, the only geologist, even as she was burned at the stake for unrelated insurance fraud.
Yep.
Bring it, random encounter. I'm not doing it. Boom. What do you think of that? Oh, behind you, Dave. You aggroed.
Yeah, they ever catch me.
Yeah, the other one might.
Damn fool Cyclops is going to eat the cactus.
Oh wait, that's an NPC.
Kill it!
Wait, are we supposed to kill it?
It says. the fuck?
Okay. Hold up. Did we glitch this out or something?
Maybe.
Ah, there we go. I had to bump into him.
Prepare for
that
battle.
makes sense.
It just chest bumped him. That was the challenge. Ooh, nasty boys. Okay. Trying to get that eyeball. Ooh. Well, I'm trying to get sent flying across the map.
Badass Cyclops.
Coming. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's Pop. Oh, that didn't end the encounter. Oops. Holy shit. That eyeball's still going.
I'm being smashed.
Yeah, me too. I'm dying. I'm back up? No. Encounter's cleared, but I'm still dying.
Alright, I got you, buddy.
No, you don't.
Come here. Oh, you fell all the way down. I was right there. I was getting you.
It was going down real fast. I don't know why.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, that's fine. I just appeared on the same map. The battle's already over. Get all this treasure.
Just relax, my little puppies.
Well, bunch of rings.
Yeah, I just dropped those.
Oh, why?
Because I needed room in my inventory for things that cost more.
How big is your inventory?
57 slots.
I have less slots than you. 54. Oh.
I fill it up real fast.
Yeah. Well, here, I'm going to drop all the cosmetics I found that I can't use. There's a bunch in there. There might be something you guys don't have.
I think I have a whole bunch of cosmetics too. I'm gonna drop them. Give me 1 second here.
I think I just really need to go.
Be sure to do it in a separate
things.
Do it in a separate pile, please.
Oh, okay. This is going to be my pile over here. There we go. 4.
Already known. Nope. That's okay. Yeah, we can go back to town if you guys need to.
I would like to. My inventory is quite full.
Okay. Sure. Shall we... are we good to move off?
Alright.
Okay. I think... I don't know. There might be a second part to this. Nope. Cool. There should be a way.
As beautiful
Yep.
as she is deadly, yes? Return to me. I must complete my cream.
Huh? There we go. It's fairly easy to get around. It's pronounced wyvern. Yes.
You know what I mean, Vern? You know what I mean?
Why? Wyvern. Why?
You guys remember Ernest?
Yeah, I remember Ernest. Ernest saved Halloween.
He'd say, "You know what I mean, Vern?" He did.
That was one of the better ones. I used to watch all of them, though. I remember
What kind
that.
of crap is in my inventory?
Oh, crap is
So
hell.
much crap.
I'm finding that now I'm like skipping over most weapons unless they have enchanted.
Oh, it's
The enchanted property. Yeah. 'Cause those are super duper good. Rest. Hey, zero in my inventory now. Let's see. What are you selling? Anything good? No. Cool. Let's go by region. Oh yeah, we still had the Pocket Sandstorm one to do. Alchemy to block the sun. I think we're about to finish that one. And there's another one where we have to place a magic bean. And, ooh, the reward is a sniper rifle. Heck, let's do that next. Just in case it doesn't take us in the same direction. You already do all your shopping?
More or less.
No, I ain't done yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I can get ammo now. I've been so badly out of bullets for a while. That didn't used to ever happen.
Yeah, the only thing I seem to run out of is rocket launcher. That's because I can only carry 30. I do kind of want different... I'm on the lookout for a new gun and shotgun, but they're going to be... They're decent enough, but they're going to be tough to replace. I just don't like the way they fire. I'm kind of stuck with them now because I haven't found a good replacement.
Okay, well, let me take a peek through my stuff. I'll see if I have anything.
Well, I mean, like the pistol I'm wielding right now is like it does a decent. It does like 400 cold damage, and it does 450 times 2 for regular damage because it's the one that's kind of like it lobs the shot like a grenade, and it's enchanted.
And you said you needed a shotgun as well?
Yeah, you got an enchanted shotgun?
Not an enchanted one. Let me see. I thought I saw one, but I might be wrong.
It's okay. I can keep rocking this one for a bit longer. This is the Singularity shotgun, so... The one where if I shoot somebody, the next melee hit I do on them will cause a Singularity.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I've been trying to pop that off as much as possible.
And just give me about a second here. I just want to switch some stuff out.
Sure thing.
Because I... It's still better. I still don't have a better sniper rifle.
Well, that's why I put us on the quest that we're on. Get you a new sniper rifle.
That'd be good. Okay, let's try that for a bit. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So, this is world map. So I'm going to just take us back to the world map. Oh, the town portal does change. That's good to know. I was looking at it and I changed the quest and it changed the location that was going to take us, so I don't have to go to the menu every time. Good to know. Okay, where does it want us to go? This way. Okay, cool. Oh, maybe we can access this little town here too. Hey, I think we can flick the switch now. Because we have this shrine. Hey, we can! Whoa, what the hell was that?
I got hit by an assassin because they basically appeared on top of me and I couldn't hit them.
Okay.
That was the bullshit.
Well, we'll just kill them. We assassinate the assassin.
It's like Uno reverse on their assassination.
Exactly.
That's lots of bad choices.
Ooh, you got me there. I'm flying. What are you firing at? Oh, they're over here. Okay. Nope. Whee! Oh, nice.
Oh,
Sword.
that sniper rifle do. Oops.
All right.
Boop. Ring. A.
Good to go? Okay. Getting this dice.
Golden, baby!
Okay. All right. So, and you were almost there. Yeah. Right here.
That town over there looks
What? Oh, yeah, the bean is.
If you just give me a little click in that direction, I'd be so appreciative.
You flick the bean.
Flick
Good
your
job.
bean in that direction.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
Whoa.
What? We've just. This is a bigger level. This is like a proper level. Tangle Drift.
Oh, neat. Stoked.
Let's go in? Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe some new enemies. It could be super cool.
Yeah, we gotta go help Brick. He's in that place, I guess.
Brick in the beanstalk. Interesting.
Cool.
Everything seems fine. Well, except for the giant beanstalk. Guess I'd better make sure.
Huh?
Fair hero, everything was not fine up atop the beanstalk. The magic bean.
I'm just looking around. Jeez.
But it's okay. New
It's so
adventures
pretty.
await the newly
Yeah.
renovated town of Driftwood.
Okay.
It looks like Dave's tree.
Yeah, kind of.
Like high def, but you know.
This clown. Oh, just town folk.
No! Bad blight! Don't make me get more hedge clippers!
Huh? Was it? Who the fuck is that?
Also, I hope that guy's okay. but he's probably.
What is happening? I'm not seeing any of this.
We got evil plans up in here. Just a little something Tina's been cooking.
Oh, you gotta go up these stairs. Let's see. Oh,
Wait, is that open?
mind.
No.
Oh, I tried going up there before. I think it's this. I think where Dave's going over this way.
Oh, I see. There we go.
Crops, okay.
Shit is that?
Quite a ruckus in there. Sounds fun.
Oh, I see.
What hurts me? Okay, good to know.
Okay, Al's here. Let's go.
Who's there? You better be here.
Punch father. Oh yeah,
My punch father.
our fairy punch father.
Hero, damn am I glad to see you. You got my message, right?
Sorry, I just got excited to relieve some childhood tension.
But whatever it is, we gotta save these people. Meet me up ahead.
This looks like one of my buddies. Hey, are they killing my buddies?
You shall punch evil right in its evil butt.
Yeah, we were killing lots of buddies.
Sable's not gonna punch
Did they
himself in
kill
the
my
butt.
buddies?
Although that would be.
Nope, nope, can't go on the roof. Okay,
What the shit?
that's
Just let me explore, damn it.
Ooh, this looks like fun. Whee!
Everything to
Having
warn
a
them,
scroll.
but the fools don't listen to me.
Oh Jesus!
Omens are
You can fall off the side.
My
Yeah.
visions are clear.
There's a thing over here. Okay,
Read it in the
you
chicken
missed the
guts,
turn.
and the
No.
chicken guts do
I
not
died.
lie.
I fell off the side.
Yes,
Me too.
terrible misfortune.
And
will
there's
befall our town any
there's
day
some
now.
stuff. Yeah, when you come down, just
The destruction will fall from the sky, and all will be in
The
ruins.
hell am I?
And to those lucky
I don't know
few
where the
who
fuck are you?
Oh, I think it dropped me out at the
I
bottom
will
of the
look down
slide.
upon them and whisper,
Oh really?
"Told
Yeah, I
you so."
respawned at the bottom from the looks of it.
Wonder if you can get up to where I am.
I don't know, but there's bad guys down here, so I don't want to fuck around. Oh, I think there's a jumpy thing.
Okay.
Wait for
Yeah, I think
me,
that
I'm
set me
coming,
back.
buddies.
Oh,
I'm coming.
Okay, Al, you can make it off of this side over here. Jump. Oh, never mind.
I want to slide.
Okay, slide then.
Don't take this away from me.
Okay.
I ran all the way back
Oh my God,
just
I
so
made
I
it.
could do it. Whee! That was fun. Ah, gosh, enemies.
All right. Not sending me over the edge, bud. No, thank you.
Ow! Fuck you, motherfucker.
Come on. Ooh.
Ooh, look! A puzzle.
a pizzle.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That was one of them games.
You can do it.
Yeah, I have no idea how this town works. So this is going to be interesting.
Well, we can all do it together. Let's see. That way. Probably easier after we've killed everything, but.
We got us some heroic ass deeds.
Nah.
You ready?
Shit.
Oh, I get
What
that.
do you do?
It's in a thing.
I think the person who activated the puzzle is the only one who can actually.
Oh. Al, come check this out.
Where are you? There you are. What is going on? Oh my god. That's hilarious.
So I once
What is happening?
I once theorized that this is exactly how you create free energy in a D&D world. Is that you connect two teleport
I get down there.
portals together and then just drop an object and then you get like a metal ball and let it build you up a charge.
Snoopy, I see you.
Oh my god, there's a portal down here.
I don't know, maybe. We're not anywhere where you are.
Oh, there's portals all over here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the last puzzle piece, it was the glow was coming up out of this well, and I was like, how the fuck do I get down there? And there's like a hidden ledge underneath and a little cave, and there's like a portal to get back up.
Oh, neat.
Oh, I see.
The whole thing.
Let's just say I've got a green thumb and a lot of weapons.
That's the spirit. Now follow me.
Okay.
Side quest.
Some real evil vibes.
Oh,
Above the clouds and the big old
there's an actual die here. I'm gonna roll it
frequency matter that requires
Oh, where?
attention. With
right here.
a fist.
Not bad.
So do it.
Right here? I don't know. I can keep marking it. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, gold. What'd that do? That was a spell.
Oh, you found a gold spell? Nice. What is it?
Sick.
Oh, maybe it wasn't. Huh. What the heck was that then? Where did that go? What the shit? It was glowing gold? That didn't make any sense.
Did it fall into the hay?
Oh, it's this. Inflammation of the unrelenting.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it a gold?
That looks like...
You might have to target a valid target. Oh. Is it a flamethrower spell?
It is.
Does it have multiple charges, or was that it?
Repeating.
Ooh, I found
Hold to
another
cast
die.
repeatedly.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
hey, somebody just leveled me. Thank you.
Yeah, I just found another die.
Okay. So, attunement. Now upping. Cool. Yeah, sorry. Where? What is happening? Over there. Okay. Okay.
Don't yell. Not you. The button. Hitting the button over and over again.
Yeah.
Can I get in here? This looks like a bar. It looks like it's a bar. Let me in to drink. Oh, it's a gift shop. I don't care.
Oh, there's a thing closed here. Oh, even there's a chest behind it. I don't know how to open it.
Oh.
Doesn't look
Maybe
like.
once we complete the level or something.
Yeah. It might open up after once we save the town or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Okay. What else we got? Show me your nooks and your crannies.
Oh boy, I fell off the side again. God damn it, I fell in one of the crannies. It was bound to happen.
Oh my god, a sheep.
Oh, don't want to go through that.
Oh, you just found the sheep portal, eh?
Yeah. Oh, he's leading us still. Oh, I see. More machines.
Reminds me of one of the first D&D type things I ever found. It was this book called The Riddling Reaver, which was like a role-playing game. Anyways, there was a trap in it. I don't know why this is stuck in my brain since I was 10 years old, but there was a trap in it where your characters could find a well. If they drop something in it, it falls for a bit, but then falls out through the ceiling back into the well.
Yeah.
And if they're not careful, if they fuck their rolls out and get hit by whatever they dropped and get pulled into the thing, and then they're just stuck in a loop unless someone can catch them and pull them out. It's just devious.
Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, one of the rockets is stuck up there too. You find anything fun, Al?
I found a dice.
You should do it. There's your
I don't
turn.
know if anybody saw me.
Yeah.
I did.
Cool. Over here, Dave.
I rolled a 7. Ooh, a room. What's in this room? Smash.
Ammo. Anything up? Vertically.
A moible.
What?
Looks
Somebody?
like there's a ledge up there.
Oh yeah. It says there's a marble nearby. Okay. I don't know how to get up there. Around the outside?
On the outside?
Around the outside. Nope, not this side.
Maybe we come back around to it somehow.
I think so. I think we're unlocking jump pads or something. Possibly. Oh. Fairy Punch Father. Quest item.
Oh, fuck. Can't jump on those.
I can feel 3 more of those steam blooms in my fairy whiskers. The closest one is at the lighthouse. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. Where's he to? Taking us. Oh, there's a side quest here. Burning Hunger. What the fuck is this? Oh. Oh. Iron Shroom.
Get him, Beasley. Not you, Beasley. Beasley on the TV.
Okay, this is not the quest we were on. Damn it. Oh, we have so many side quests now. Ah, fuck. We were on Walk the Stalk? No, yeah. Walk the Stalk. Oh. What is the shadow from? Oh, from above. Cool. What are we looking at here? Boop.
There's a marble mine nearby. Go and crack it open.
What? Another marble?
Ah!
And not sick, but like bad sick.
Ah!
Where are you headed?
I didn't mean for this to happen, but here I am. There's enemies everywhere.
Did you find the marble, Dave? Is that what that was? We can't hear you if you're talking.
Oh, yeah, I found it. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get back up from here, though. Ah, fuck. I missed. I was going to try and hit the wind gust and see if it blew me back over somewhere good. I died.
That's not so bad. Dying by falling down the beanstalk was actually fun. Okay, let's go over to where Al is. I think.
I fell.
How did you do that, though? Ooh.
You
Oh, I see.
And then they send you all the way over without permission. They just.
I just blew up sheep and sent them flying. That was amazing.
And I killed everything that was here, so you're welcome.
Thank you. All this treasure just laying around. Oh, that probably.
Enemies.
I'm trying. There's a die. Oh, damn it! Hit my head.
Oh god.
Let's go. Oh, that's it? I'm just going to ineffectually spin. There we go.
Just like my life.
There was a die. It's your turn, Dave. Boom.
Where, what?
Over here. I don't know how to get to it, but maybe. Oh, no, maybe from over there. Yeah, probably from over there. No, yeah, to that roof. Yeah. And down the other side, right here.
Where? Oh,
right
I see.
here.
Worth a look.
Al, you get up here. You got to start from over there. Oh, you got up here already. Oh, sweet. You find your own way.
I can go my own way.
Go your own way. Okay. Where's it want us to go this way? Where's the lighthouse? Are we going towards it?
here.
Oh, I see. Coming. Whee!
These jump pads are freaking adorable. I want to pinch them like a butt.
Ooh, there's a chest here. I don't know how to get to it, but it's there.
Investigate some more. Maybe we'll find another way in.
Yeah, it's got to be under here.
Here.
Oh, hey, look, I found the way in.
Ah, I see. Oh, behind you. Beef shroom.
Where are you guys?
And it's dead.
How did you get in there?
Oh, you gotta...
Side.
yeah, up and over. Over this way?
Interesting.
Oh, I didn't realize you had gone all the way in. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was waiting for y'all.
Let's see what's inside.
Oh, I see. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I found something so for you, Al. Oh my goodness. It was golden armor and it was Spore Warden and Stavomancer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn.
As soon as we stop being murdered.
Oh, dang.
What? Where are you? Oh.
Alright, I'll be up in a second.
Oh, yeah, they keep coming.
Relentless.
Come on. Woo.
God damn it. I
Okay.
don't like this spell. I'm gonna have to turn it off.
We got you, all three of us. There we go. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop that armor.
Fucking spell.
Here, take the armor.
Yay. Thank you.
Oh, that was not it. Sorry, hold on. That was it.
Ooh. Anka.
Yeah. Welcome.
Ooh.
That was a drop from one of the guys that we killed too.
Sweet.
Side quest here I want to grab. Where is it? Oh, another poster.
A knightly gentleman of the highest esteem is in search of a squire, high atop the beanstalk. Go there and aid him in his most illustrious quest.
Another glorious day in our quaint little town. Oh, how delightful it is to live in a place where nothing out of the ordinary ever happens at all. Yes,
Long sigh.
wonderfully predictable around here.
There we go.
And nothing
Oh yeah.
changes. Time for another routine day, just like every other. Wait, what's that sound?
When you cats have explored, let me know. I will hit the questy thing.
Sure, do it.
Okay.
Okay.
And the Punch Father does his fairy
It's a fight.
magic-tastical thing at the Fiend Bloom.
Oh, wyverns. Fuck. Get you while you're on the ground. Woo. Ooh, dark sploder.
Damn it.
What is killing me?
I was already low.
No, no, you were getting killed too. No, something hit both of us then. Oh, oof. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Fuck is mortaring.
Oh shit. You're dying?
It's alright.
You got an iron shroomlet here too. Attacking your guy. Oh, he's dead. Don't see them. Oh, they're right beside us. Oh shit. Beefy boys. Oh, another one.
This one's done, son.
Yeah.
There's no escape.
Cool.
Jesus Christ on a cracker.
Yeah.
I leveled.
Oh, good.
Oh boy.
Control Alt.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Whee! Okay. Plenty of green stuff. I'm just gonna hit the thing.
Wait, what's that? I
What?
feel something malevolent coming.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
I'll cut the fairy punch father out of you if I have to.
Oh, okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oof.
no, damn! I did not like that one bit. Now let's find another. I'm sensing some wicked energy from the cathedral. That must be where the next thing bloom sprouted. Let's get there ASAP as possible.
Ooh. ASAP as possible? So as soon as possible as possible.
Yeah, he never said he was smart.
Okay, this just leads us further in. Alright. Ooh, hold on. I think I picked up something cool. What did I get? Hooligan of Alarm. Oh. Yes, I will try that. Yes, please.
Bonk. Oh, I got a new bonk. What's that do?
Nice.
Okay. I like it. Well. Chance of magic missile. I'll take it.
Nice.
It's an assault rifle.
Oh boy.
Hey, Faden?
A little. I haven't been sleeping very well.
Oh, I getcha. It's just about 9 right now. Maybe we'll finish off this side quest, see how that goes.
Oh,
I hate that
I'm
nefarious
taking a step too
Sure.
far.
Sounds good.
Even though I'm totally like at one with nature and all that.
Didn't I hear you murdering scores of shroomy guys earlier?
Yeah, but that's different. Those guys suck.
Even though the town got all messed up, at least the residents have higher property value.
There's an Eldritch Wyvern, by the way. I just saw that.
Oh, I sees it.
I'm going to shoot it.
2 of them.
Oh. Oh, maybe we should get up there first then, because that looks like the
Yeah.
platform to fight them from. Oh,
Yeah, looks like it.
Well,
That's where I'm going.
might as well take a little off the top, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. This ain't a sniper rifle, but it's not moving. All right.
How do I get up there?
This AI is broken. And look at all that treasure fall into the void. Whee! There's a chest over there too.
How do
All
I
right.
get over there?
We gotta go this way. We gotta go up the
What's
stalk.
that? Eldritch. He's over here now.
There's another one. There was two.
Um,
Oh, it's dead.
Ah!
Huh? Did you mean to do that?
Oh my god, I didn't die. Sadly, a lot of the loot did.
Ooh, chest.
Some idiots hidden their loot over there.
Ooh, thank you. I will takes. Is this the way we're supposed to go? Yeah, this is the way we're supposed to go.
Chest, where are you?
Over here? Yeah.
I see.
Whee! Come join us, Dave.
Trying.
What are we fighting? Oh, Skelly! Oh, you're back up? Okay. Ooh, there's a lot of zombies here. There's shit flying in the air? What the hell?
tired.
Oh no! Oh no! Did I kill this fool? Yes, death save. Wow. Oh, we're almost there. Just through this little gate. Oh. Oh, wait, though.
Worth a look.
Ooh, I found a die.
Oh, and I think that's Al's turn.
Cool.
I'm stuck. How am I getting over there?
Oh, they just up this
I
way, I
see.
said, yeah. Oh, oh.
Bingo.
Oh, that leaf is a lie. Leaf is a lie. The leaf is not a platform. Please believe me.
Mm.
Okay. You going up that way?
Now find that thing, Blue.
Oh, there's so many enemies. All right.
Got that going for you.
There's wyverns. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. Okay. Whee!
Ah.
Oh, shit. Where are you? There you are. Oh, what the fuck? There's a giant snowball rolling through.
Whoa, what the shit?
I don't know where, where that came from. Whoa, where is it coming from? Oh,
Eldritch Wyvern, maybe?
yeah, maybe. Oh, slow me down. Oh, you're going down? Okay, gotcha.
Oh, jeez, fuck.
Ow.
Whoa.
Come on, that's gotta be it. We did it. Oh no, fuck. Oh, that guy. Am I missing? Oh no, he died. Anything up here? Yeah. Yeah, tried to as well. He's going in. Knock knock. Oh, machines around the corner here.
Ooh.
Oh no, up? Okay. No, not yet. Further in. Did we kill all these fools?
Oh, there's a badass Skelly Knight over here.
I see. Flanking. Yeah, we did. Double spinny doom. By the mimic. Oh, another badass skeleton archer guy here.
I am dying.
Oh, you are. Heading over.
Thank you.
You got it.
Oh, hell yeah! Time for some serious deep spore cleansing. Let me down.
Just what I needed.
You're not welcome here, wicked weed. Hell no. Not even a little bit.
Not gonna ambush us like that, assholes. We're ambushing you. Oh wow, okay. Couple. There's a badass here too.
Did we get him?
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Looks like I pissed off some bad news.
We did.
Take care of them while I scope out.
Oh, there's a boss. A bloom.
Ah, shotgunner.
Four, three, two, one.
Badass night.
Coming. Oh, I see you. Can't.
I found the next beam bloom at the castle. Come meet me.
We got it. That was it. Hell yeah.
Did we do it?
Yeah, I think we did. You're so cool.
So freaking cool. Good job, guys.
I hear you, Faden. I hear it. I think
No.
we could just call it there. We can come back in after. I don't know where we'll come back to, but we just completed this part. Huh?
Okay, good.
Yeah, it wants us to
Just
go
a little
further.
thought.
I think I found something up here.
Did you go upstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ah, I fell down. Damn it. That's some tricky platforming. Yeah, I found a spot where you can climb up some blossoms and get up to a ladder and so on.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else found that or did that already. Oh, I found a die. I think it's my turn.
The more the dice, the better the loot.
No idea where you are. Or like how to get there.
So I went up this middle thing over. Whoop, falling down. Right here.
Oh, not that one. Over there?
Where are you guys? No, over here.
Oh, I see. The
Flowery
petals.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then a ladder?
Yep, and then a ladder, and then around off this balcony onto another flower, onto another balcony, and then finally into the room. It's a whole thing.
I see. For 2 pieces of green shit. Okay. For me, at least.
There's a purple here. That's fine.
Nice. Good. Yeah, I think... Oh, no, I would assume that going over by the vending machines would hopefully be a checkpoint we can come back into. I hope. Oh, no, that's just a fight. I'm running away from that.
There's
All
a
right.
chest here.
Huh? Oh, I must have missed you. Shit. I agree.
How'd you get up there?
Hello.
I just walked along the thing. Thing.
Oh, over here.
Mhm.
I see.
Oh, that's an enemy. Jesus Christ. Ah, you see, triggered. He's coming for me. I got him. I didn't see him until it was too late.
Not to worry. I know. Are we at the machine? I think the machine was on this floor, wasn't it? Oh, another chest. Oh.
Ah! Didn't mean to do that.
Aha. Yes. And there's a fast travel here, so we can come back here. Perfect.
Perfect.
Awesome. I'm gonna fast travel us back to Brighthoof.
Okay.
And then you can get off the call and go to sleep.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm just tired.
I'm not shaming you. It's like we gotta take care of our friend here.
I'm sorry because I'm disappointed and I would like to have played more. But it's fine. I downloaded a few episodes of Supernatural. That's what we're going to watch next when we're going to sleep.
Oh, nice. Heard some people like that.
X-Files, and we're getting into the 6th season, and it's just shite. And, like, to be fair, most of X-Files is actually not very good, but, you know, it gets really bad by the 6th season.
Okay. Well, Supernatural's another vein of it. Huh?
Yeah, apparently it's supposed to be pretty good. Apparently, like, wholesome and not upsetting, but also about stupid cryptozoology shit that I would love to fall asleep to.
Nice.
But,
oh, somebody's mic is going crazy.
night.
Yeah. You too. We'll talk to you again, Sean. I will talk to you more to... I hate that sound. Whatever's making that sound. Yeah, we'll talk soon.
Okay, love you.
Love
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye. Oh, that might have been them.
Yep. Maybe.
I guess it was that. Am I doing anything else while I'm in here? Let's see. Any cosmetics? 1. Drop all this crap. There, I dropped a bunch of cosmetics in the center of town there. If any of them interest you. I'm gonna go check out my lost loot machine. Only partially full? That's surprising.
Alright. So much of a mess is my inventory now. Oh yeah, it was getting almost full again.
Oh. Nice. Do you see the cosmetics? I'm gonna dump a few more.
Getting down the list here.
Right here.
Drop some?
Yeah. I'm dropping 3 more.
Oh, okay.
It should be.
I will combine you in a second here.
Eyes wide and warm, blitzing every apple cart in sight.
I'm in front of the golden chest, that's all. Or a skeleton chest.
Okay. I don't know where I am. Oh, I think I know where I am.
Yeah, you're on the other side of the town portal. I'm over here. Oh, you're going over there. Okay. Look at my things.
Already know. Yeah, I already know. Oh, there's one I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I already know all the rest of them.
All right, whatever. Marking everything in my inventory to sell. Might as well.
Yeah, that's what I just did. Cleared that shit right out. I think I might have enough now to get another backpack upgrade. It's like just over 2 million, but I don't remember the exact number.
The grind, eh?
Yeah. It's relentless. If I can actually find the damn blacksmith again. Nope, I'm a little short. It's 2.18. I'm only at
What?
2.05.
2.18 to get that upgrade? Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but you were at 57, so that was to take you to 60, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it makes a little sense. Cool. I am fully upgraded. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go check the machine. See what I actually unlocked. Face decorations. More makeup colors. Amazing. Well, I could do white lips, but then it looks really weird. Yeah, no, none of those are good. Yay, I unlocked white makeup to put on my white skin. I got the scales, so I can change it to... That's not good. No new emotes. Banner shit, don't care about that. Ooh, new poses. I am not a thief. That is funny. A new silent, or yeah, a new statue pose where you're like crouching and putting a finger up to your lips, being like, shh. Whatever. Okay. I think I'm officially done. Is it safe to exit, or are you still doing something?
Oh, I'm out now. I'm gonna hop off the call.
Okay. Good night.
Ciao.
Blitzing every apple cart in sight.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Make sure I'm off the call. There we go. All right, so I guess that's that. That's the end of tonight's stream. At least for Wonderlands, I might pop on a bit later if I'm going to do any horror stuff. Yeah, but that's going to be it for now. So we're going to probably do this again next Monday, usually at 7 o'clock, till about 9 o'clock. So about a 2-hour stream. That's not too bad. Yeah. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.